Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting to dig into a new topic.
This time we're going to be talking about money.
Ooh, everyone's favorite topic.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't love money, right?
Right.
Um, so we're looking at this article called Seven Things You Might Be Wasting Your Money On, and Four You Should Pay More For.
Catchy title.
Yeah, and I think we've all been there where we're trying to figure out, where's my money going? How can I be a little bit smarter with my spending?
Yeah, you look at your bank account and you're like, where did it all go?
Exactly.
Mystery.
So let's jump into it. I'm curious to see what this article has to say.
Yeah, let's see what kind of wisdom they're dropping on us.
So the first thing they talk about is daily coffee runs.
Oh, the classic.
Yeah. I'll be honest, like I love going to a coffee shop,
Sure.
but it is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
That 3 to 5 pounds for a latte can really add up.
Easily over £1,000 a year if you're getting one every day.
It's wild when you think about it like that.
It's crazy. And like you were saying, it's not just the money. It's also like the time spent going there, waiting in line.
Yeah, that's true too.
You could be doing something else.
So what do you think? What are some ways people can cut back on that?
Well, I mean, the obvious one is making coffee at home.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to make good coffee at home now.
Right. Like you don't have to have a fancy espresso machine.
Exactly.
Mm.
There's like French press, pour over, even just like a regular drip coffee maker can make decent coffee.
And then you can get like flavored creamers, syrups, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, totally. And it's so much cheaper in the long run.
And faster, probably.
Definitely.
What about if you work somewhere that offers free coffee?
Oh, yeah. Take advantage of that.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Free coffee is the best coffee.
So maybe you don't have to totally give up your coffee shop visits.
Yeah. I mean, if it's something you really enjoy, maybe just cut back a little bit.
Yeah, like maybe make it a once-a-week treat.
Exactly. Or a special occasion thing.
That makes sense.
Right? So you can still enjoy it, but not let it break the bank.
All right, so coffee runs. That's the first one.
Checked off the list.
Number 2, buying lunch every day.
Ah, another classic.
They call it the meal deal trap in the article.
I love that. The meal deal trap.
Yeah, because it does feel like a trap sometimes.
We're like, oh, this is convenient and it's not that expensive.
Right, and then you do it every day, and suddenly you're spending like 15 to 30 pounds a week on just lunch.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I think packing lunch is a great way to save money.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be every day.
Right.
Maybe start with a couple of days a week and see how that goes.
Yeah, and there are so many easy lunch ideas out there now.
Tons of recipes online. You can find something quick and healthy.
And you can even get the kids involved.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like make it a family activity on Sunday night, prepping lunches for the week.
Fun and productive.
Exactly.
So it's not just about saving money. It's also about, like, being healthier and spending time together.
I like that.
Win-win.
Okay, so we've talked about coffee lunch. Now, this one is one that I know I'm guilty of. Sale items you don't need.
Oh, the siren call of a sale.
I know. It's like you see that like 70% off sign and you just lose all control.
Your brain just shuts off.
Totally. And then you end up with a bunch of stuff you never use.
I have a whole drawer full of clothes I've never worn.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, why did I buy this?
What's the solution here?
Well, the article suggests something called the 24-hour rule.
Okay, tell me about that.
So basically, before you buy anything, especially if it's on sale, you wait 24 hours.
Okay.
And during that time, you think about, do I really need this? Will I actually use it? Do I have something similar already?
That's a good idea because it gives you time to like step back from that initial excitement.
Exactly. Sometimes you just get caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
But if you wait a day, you might realize you don't actually want it that much.
And you can avoid that buyer's remorse.
Totally.
Okay, so the 24-hour rule. I'm going to try to remember that one.
Me too. It's a good one.
So we've talked about coffee lunch sale items. What's next?
Unused subscriptions.
Oh, those are sneaky.
So sneaky, they just like drain your bank account without you even realizing it.
Yeah, I feel like everyone has at least one subscription they're not using.
Probably more than one if you really think about it.
Yeah, like streaming services, gym memberships, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's so easy to forget about them because they're just like automatically charged to your card.
Exactly.
So the article recommends going through your bank statements.
Okay.
And looking for any recurring charges that you're not using anymore.
Yeah, and then being ruthless about canceling them.
Be strong. Just hit that cancel button.
It's like decluttering your finances.
Exactly, like getting rid of all the digital junk you don't need.
And you might be surprised by how much money you can save.
Yeah, it could be a significant amount.
So check those bank statements, people.
Yeah, do it. It's worth it.
All right, so unused subscriptions, another one down.
3 more to go.
Okay, this one is another one that I think a lot of people can relate to. Unused gym memberships.
Oh, yeah, the classic New Year's resolution trap.
Totally. You sign up all gung-ho and then life gets in the way.
And then you're just paying for a membership you never use.
Exactly.
And gym memberships can be expensive.
Yeah, they really can.
So what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, I mean, if you're really not using your gym membership, it's probably better to just cancel it.
Yeah, I agree.
Be honest with yourself.
Exactly. And there are so many other ways to stay active.
Right, like you don't need a gym to exercise.
You could go for walks, hikes, bike rides.
Yeah, or even just work out at home.
There are tons of free workout videos online.
Yeah, so many options.
So don't feel like you have to be tied to a gym membership if it's not working for you.
All right, gym memberships, another one to be mindful of.
Let's keep moving.
Now, this one is interesting. Brand name food.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one.
Because sometimes the brand name stuff is just so much more expensive.
Yeah, but is it really that much better?
That's the question.
The article says that in a lot of cases, the generic or store brand version is just as good,
Yeah, and it can save you a ton of money.
especially on things like pantry staples, cleaning supplies, medications.
Yeah, like why pay more for the same thing just because it has a different label?
Exactly.
So maybe it's time to start experimenting with some store brands.
I think so. You might be pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so brand name food, another area where we can potentially save some cash.
Last but not least, credit card interest.
Ooh, this is a big one.
Yeah, credit cards can be dangerous if you're not careful.
Totally, because that interest can really add up.
Like snowballing out of control.
So what are some tips for avoiding that?
Well, first of all, try to pay off your balance in full every month.
Yeah, that's the ideal scenario.
Because then you're not accruing any interest.
Right, you're basically using the credit card as a convenient payment method.
Exactly.
But if you can't pay it off in full, at least try to pay as much as you can.
yeah, any little bit helps.
And also be aware of the interest rates on different cards.
Yeah, some cards have much higher rates than others.
So do your research and find a card that works for you.
And be careful about using credit cards for impulse purchases.
Yeah, that can be a slippery slope.
It's so easy to overspend when you're not using cash.
So maybe leave the credit cards at home if you're feeling tempted.
That's a good strategy.
All right, so credit card interest, definitely something to be mindful of.
Absolutely.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have. We went through all 7.
7 ways that we might be wasting money without even realizing it.
So much good stuff.
Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot already.
Me too.
And before we move on, I want to remind everyone listening that you can find more great content like this on the Ranks podcast.
Yeah, we cover all sorts of topics to help you level up your life.
And you can find us at https://rankspodcast.buzzsprout.com.
Check us out.
Okay, so we've talked about all the ways we might be wasting money, but this article also has a really interesting twist.
Ooh, a twist. I love twists.
Yeah. So they also talk about 4 things that you should actually spend more on.
Okay. No, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of counterintuitive, right?
Totally. I'm intrigued.
So you ready to dive into that?
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
Okay, so let's talk about these 4 things we should be spending more on.
All right, hit me with it.
Number 1, mattresses.
Mattresses. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when you think about it.
We do spend a lot of time in bed.
Like a third of our lives.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
So if you're sleeping on a crappy mattress
It's going to affect your sleep,
and everything else,
your mood, your energy levels, even your health.
yeah, like back pain, neck pain, all that stuff.
And then you end up spending more money on doctors and chiropractors.
So it's actually an investment in your health to get a good mattress.
I think so.
And a good mattress can last for years,
Yeah, like 10 years or even more.
whereas a cheap one might wear out in a couple of years.
And then you have to buy a new one.
So in the long run, it might actually be cheaper to buy a more expensive mattress up front.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, so mattresses are a good investment.
Definitely.
What's number 2?
A good quality winter coat.
Okay. Especially for those of us who live in colder climates.
Yeah, you need a coat that can actually keep you warm.
Not just like a fashion coat.
Exactly. You need something that's functional.
The article mentions someone who bought a name brand winter coat.
Okay.
And they said it made a huge difference.
Like they could actually stand being outside in the cold.
Yeah, whereas before they were always freezing.
So it was worth the extra money.
Yeah, they said it was an investment in their comfort and well-being.
I could see that.
So a good winter coat is something to consider splurging on.
If you live somewhere cold, definitely.
All right, what's next?
Tires.
Tires? Okay. Yeah, this one might seem a little boring,
Yeah, not the most exciting purchase
but it's important.
because tires are your car's only contact with the road.
That's a good point.
So if you have crappy tires,
It can affect your handling, your braking, your safety.
Yeah, and the article quotes a Reddit user who said that getting good tires
Yeah.
was one of the best things they ever did for their car.
Like it made a noticeable difference in how the car drove.
Exactly.
Smoother, quieter, safer.
And good tires can also last longer,
So you're not having to replace them as often.
which saves you money in the long run.
And potentially avoids accidents.
Yeah, that too.
So tires are definitely worth investing in.
Okay, I'm convinced.
Good.
What's the last one?
Baby equipment and car seats.
Okay, this one is obviously for parents.
Or soon-to-be parents.
Yeah, but it's an important one.
Because when it comes to your kids, you don't want to skimp on safety.
No, absolutely not.
And the article mentions that premium brands for car seats and strollers.
Yeah, often offer better features and durability.
There's built to last.
And they also tend to have better resale value.
So you can get some of your money back if you decide to sell them later.
Which is great because baby stuff can be expensive.
Yeah, it really adds up.
So it's worth considering spending a little more upfront.
To get something that's high quality, safe, and will last.
I agree.
So there you have it, the 4 things you should actually spend more on.
Mattresses, winter coats, tires, and baby equipment.
Oh, no.
I know it's kind of a mind shift,
Totally.
but it makes sense when you think about the long-term benefits.
It's about investing in your comfort,
Yeah.
your safety, your well-being.
I like that.
It's a good way to think about it.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We've talked about ways to save money and ways to spend money.
And it all comes down to making informed choices
Yeah, being mindful about where your money is going.
and aligning your spending with your values.
Exactly, it's your money. You should be in control of it.
I love that.
So let's wrap things up with a final thought.
Okay, I'm ready. So we've talked about saving and splurging.
Yeah, kind of a holistic view of personal finance.
What's the big takeaway here?
I think it's about being intentional with your money.
Yeah, like not just mindlessly spending
Right, thinking about your goals, your values.
and making choices that align with those.
So it's not about deprivation
No, it's about being smart.
and making your money work for you.
I like that.
It's your money after all.
Yeah, you should be in control.
Not the other way around.
You know what else I really liked about this article?
What's that?
It's not just about big sweeping changes.
Yeah,
It's also about those small, everyday choices.
like the coffee and lunch thing.
Exactly.
Those little things can really add up.
Like the compound interest of spending.
In reverse.
Yeah, exactly.
So even if you can't make big changes right now,
You can still start small.
and those small changes can make a big difference over time.
I think that's really encouraging.
Yeah, it's all about progress, not perfection.
You know one thing I'm going to do after this?
What's that?
I'm going to review all my subscriptions.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah. I'm sure I'm paying for some stuff I don't even use.
Probably me too.
And I'm going to try that 24-hour rule.
For purchases.
Yeah, just to give myself time to think.
Yeah, avoid those impulse buys.
It's worth a try. So I think that's a good place to wrap things up.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of good stuff.
Thanks for joining me for this deep dive.
It was fun.
And remember, if you want more insightful discussions like this,
Check out the Ranks podcast.
we're at https://rankspodcast.buzzsprout.com.
We release new episodes regularly,
So there's always something new to learn.
and we're always looking for new topics.
So if you have any suggestions,
Let us know.
thanks for listening to the Ranks Podcast.
Had a great day.
Advertise with us, email us, follow us for updates podcast, and have a great day. Ranks Podcast.